Hey everyone, good news. I am still making videos. It's been kind of a while. I actually forget what the last thing I showed was. This wasn't originally the video I was gonna make. I had another one, except I just never posted it, and then the stuff in it became outdated with the stuff that's currently going on. So I'm just making this one. A number of things have changed. There's gonna be a Swiss layout up here now, and then the American stuff's over there. I have gotten a lot of new stuff since last time. So in that video that I never posted, I went over what I was going to be doing with this stuff. So I had a lot of NS modes, I still do, but I'm not going to be modeling Norfolk Southern. So me and a couple other friends have our own Railroad alternate universe where they have their own parts of it. They do stuff more out west because that's where they live. I'm modeling the East Coast pretty much, and in this AU, Conrail was never split. It continued to be like the U.S. was kind of nationalized, but only on one part of the country. Also, the Milwaukee Road joined Conrail. So Norfolk Southern doesn't exist. CSX kind of does exist, but it exists as the Chesapeake, Ohio, and Seaboard Railroad, or CONS. The Chesapeake and Seaboard still merged like they did in real life. They just didn't get half of Conrail's stuff. So as of right now, I have one Conrail locomotive, and it was this one I showed it in a past video, but it was a patched NS locomotive at the time. I have redone it. It's a GP38-2. This locomotive is modeled as it would have looked around 2021. And yeah, it's not weathered. The paint job could be a bit better. Also, this is still a dummy unit. I have removed the rear ditch lights for another project. Front ones are still on, mounted below the front walkway as per Conrail specifications. I need to add sunshades to it still. It's got an AC unit, PTC antenna, and I actually put handrails on it. I don't know if that was in the last video or not. As for the plans for this locomotive, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. As of right now, I'm not really doing much with it. Same with the Alfred Genesis NS locomotives, except for, yeah, out of the three here, there is a Walters SD50. It's this one here, the digital, the only DCC and sound locomotive I have right now. That one's going to be Conrail. It's going to be the in-universe equivalent of the Norfolk Southern SD40Es. Conrail specifications class it as an SD50R. So pretty much serve the same duties as the SD40Es, but I just haven't painted it yet. Another thing about this AU is the United States isn't like what it is, how it really is in real life. Because California is not part of the United States. In fact, it is its own country, basically combining the aspects of American stuff and Japanese railroading. I do not own this railroad. This is, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but you may have seen his stuff on like DeviantArt, but it is the California Pacific National Railway, and I have made a model of an EF510-500, which is the passenger version of the EF510. This is a Kyle model that I repainted. This is actually the cheapest locomotive I've bought. It was listed as it was listed for $85, but I had to import it. But even with the shipping cost, it was only like $100, which is actually below the MSRP for this brand new. And it actually runs really well, and it actually has traction tires, which is pretty common on Markland models. I haven't seen it on a model like this. Usually locomotives are just heavy, but this locomotive is still heavy as well. It's the first electric I have bought myself. I think I'm gonna get, or I am gonna get different pantographs for it because these ones are really short. Yeah, I also made passenger cars for it. So I have 5 cars for this. I actually made them while I was waiting for this to be delivered, so I made them in about the span of a week. I only made 4 of them. The 5th, which is the second to last car over there, that was another car I had. Actually, a lifelike passenger car. It used to be Amtrak. But another thing about this locomotive is something I really like about car models is this thing here. If you turn that, it changes what the light and setup is. So I really like that. I know that their P482s have that. It's this switch disguises a PTC antenna. Oh yeah, also Conrail caboose. I will get into that later. So yeah, this baggage car here. I'm gonna talk about this for a moment. Only 2 of these exist in model form. This is a Mini 36 baggage car, and the owner of the railroad, you may have seen his stuff on Twitter. But yeah, he also has one of these. His isn't painted yet. I talked to him directly to get what the correct color scheme was. Same with all the stuff I've made for his railroad. Then it's followed up by 2 Connie 24 sleeper cars. Then there's that lifelike passenger car. I still need to disconnect the light in there. This used to be an Amtrak car. It used to be like this. It used to have these paper things in it, but I took those out and put it in a clear plastic for windows. And then at the end it's a Connie 24 generator car. So yeah, a lot of this is Japanese equipment, but it's standard gauge. So yeah, the cars aren't actually done yet. I haven't added some other details, mostly like paint stuff. Yeah, actually, as for how I painted these, the locomotive I used an airbrush. This is the first time I used an airbrush on the locomotive or anything. Then the cars I hand painted, except for the roofs, which I spray painted. These are made of polystyrene plastic. I think that's what I used, or styrene plastic, something like that. Then the roofs are cardboard. I also have this locomotive. This used to be the Canadian National SC40 that I had. It's still an SC40, obviously, but this is now for another fictional railroad. This is for the Phoenix Scottsdale and Western Railroad, also known as PSW. This railroad interchanges with California Pacific National Railway. It's based out of Arizona. The joke is that it's basically Great Northern Arizona Edition, because the logo is pretty much the same, except instead of a goat, it's a phoenix. I haven't got any logo on the side of it yet. I think I'm just gonna get like an actual decal. Most of the decals that are on all these locomotives are just paper that I cut out and glued. Doesn't look too bad. This one I want to put DCC sound in eventually, as with all my locomotives. I had an AC unit on the top because obviously Arizona is hot. This passenger equipment here was originally also going to be PSW, I just haven't done that yet. Now I'm going to talk about this caboose. This is a Conrail N20. This used to be a Norfolk Southern caboose, and I repainted it. I used a combination of airbrush and hand painting. This had a lot of little things I used for like decals, I call them decals, it's paper, the individual lettering, and then I used a pen for the numbers, because I didn't want to do any more of the things. I wish I had a white pen for doing that. I also had an AC unit up top, and lights, representation of lights on the back, just crushed red plastic that I glued in place. I guess this would be used for maintenance away, because I'm modeling modeling for like 2010 era to now, pretty much. That's what I'm going to be modeling. So this will probably only be used for maintenance away. On the topic of MLW, here is a project I have not yet completed, a rotary snowplow and snail unit. Yes, I know it has a pantograph. I will get into that later. This is a Tyco F unit. This actually was a Conrail one. I don't know if I ever showed it, but I did a terrible paint job of trying to paint it into a Milwaukee Road inspired paint scheme to fit my Mark 1 F unit that I have. supposed to be paired with that. But I stripped the paint, painted it black. This is actually molded in blue plastic. This is a dummy unit, and the pantograph is here not for power, but to scrape ice off of wires. I sanded down the steam generator details, and then the pantograph's mounted there. I covered up the windows because there would not be crew operating this. Because snail units they're basically a yard slug but reversed. They have their own engine in them, but they don't have any traction motors. They're just used to supply power to the rotaries. This isn't done yet. I still gotta paint it, put it in the windows, and as much as I want this to move, it doesn't. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna get painted yet. Either silver or probably yellow, because a lot of the common rotaries had it with that. They use yellow paint with the black stripes on them. So I'll probably do that. I put the older style CR lettering on it from like all the patched F units they had. This would have been a ex-New York Central locomotive. This whole thing isn't finished yet. But I have a K coupler on it that I stole from that locomotive. Just so I could have it be pushed around, and it does work. It works well being pushed around. Bit better being pulled, but still works in the other direction. For the connection between these is a horn hook coupler attached to a piece of brass wire. It works. Doesn't come apart too easily, but it stays secure. Since the last video, I have acquired 5 new pieces of rolling stock. It's 3 box cars and 2 covered hopper cars. And one of them is a Conrail car. Not really much to say about these. They are mostly Bachmann cars. The hopper cars are Bachmann, and the box cars are, both the box cars are after them. Except for this one, which is an Atlas car, which I actually really like. It's, for the price, it's actually pretty well detailed. Also, the couplers, you can actually adapt the horn hook couplers, which works well because I have 2 other box cars, and those hoppers that don't have knuckle couplers on them yet. I need to do that soon. Over here I've set up kind of a bit of a town scene. There will be more stuff in the future. I started making the road for it. I also have a crossing with ballast. I will go over maybe in a separate video how I did the ballast, but I'm going to do it for all of this once I actually get more track. So I'm going to have 2 loops plus some stuff over there. But yeah, I'm going to need to get more track so I don't have to use Markman K track anymore because I'm going to need that for the turntable. But also here I have built a bus. This is a SEPTA D40 LF. I made this out of plastic with a cardboard base and some wheels that I stole from like an off-brand Matchbox car or something. Yeah, the wheels are a bit small, but it works pretty well in this scene. So I have SEPTA equipment now, other than the bus, because I'm modeling. I'm not sure like if I'm gonna do like freelance or like an actual area that exists in real life. By the way, I have SEPTA equipment. So instead of, now that you've seen the official SEPTA models, I didn't get one of those because like the quality isn't great for the price, and they also don't run. So I built my own. This is a Silverliner 4. This is a single car. It's not the best, but the scale's a bit off, but it works. This was something I've been working on for the past few months. Most of that time it sat sitting on a shelf because I stopped working on it. Still needs a couple of detail parts, including the rear ditch lights and some stuff on the underside. And I also got to fix the pantograph because the bottom's a bit longer than it should be. So this is built out of, use a foam board base. I use the same building technique I used for the CalPac cars. The roof is cardboard, the sides are plastic. And I took a pancake motor out of a Lifelike Amtrak F unit and put it into this. I also cleaned it up, but it does run fairly well. Also in this universe, Conrail owns some of the commuter railroads around the East Coast. like they used to in the early days of Conrail. There's a few pictures of Silverliner 4s with Conrail logos on them. In modern day in the city, that is still true for all the septic equipment. So this one does have the Conrail logos on it. Maybe by the next update I make, this will be painted into Conrail paint. As for the Afton Genesis locomotives, Dash 9's in the cabinet right now. I'm not sure yet if I want those into Conrail. I do, but maybe not these. Mostly because of the all the detail parts on them. But I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this whole video, but there's things here. I might post another video at some point.